The Miami Dolphins just signed Malik Willis to a 3-year, $67.5 million contract. So the question on everyone's minds is, can he be the long-term answer for the Dolphins? To answer this, I watched every play from his start against the Ravens. And this is why he might just be the future for the Dolphins. Malik Willis was a third-round pick in 2022 when the Titans selected him. A lot of people thought he had a lot of upside, but he was a very raw talent. With the Titans, it didn't really work out, but then he went to Green Bay to be the backup behind Jordan Love, and this is where he found himself. The first huge pro is his arm talent. The dude can spin it. This is the first play of the game, and it's a simple read for Malik. He's got a fade to the boundary that he can alert, and 2 clear-out routes for the screen to the field side. Willis fires early with a great ball over the top and in stride for Romeo Doubs. The flight was beautiful, and it was a huge completion on the first play from scrimmage for Green Bay. He was able to throw with beautiful touch on this, and he made a really aggressive but the correct decision in the end. You can't teach arm talent like this. He's got buckets of it. He's under centre here and it's play action. He's got a Mills concept to the boundary and a 25-yard out to the field. If you like the matchup, you can rip the out. If not, then read the Mills concept. But just admire the throw from Willis here because it's so good. He's able to drive that ball so flat to that part of the field. Like, it is a special throw. Physically, it is so gifted. It's rare to have this kind of talent. And on this play, you've got the same thing where he's got that isolated receiver on and out to the field side. Once again, he's able to drive it to the correct spot. It's not quite as far as the last one, but the trajectory is perfect and he positions it beautifully. He's just got an awesome arm. On top of this, something that really improved in his game was his ability to read a defense and stay composed. There are so many plays in this game where he's composed, on time, and making the correct decisions. This is his first touchdown here to Christian Watson, and it's a perfect example of just this. The defense is showing a 1 high shell, and the Packers are in a 4 verticals concept. But post-snap, Willis recognises the defense rotating to 2 high, and is able to rip that seam into the space vacated by Malachi Starks. It's a perfect throw, a perfect read, touchdown. Here, he's got a double post to the field side, and then a snag concept to the boundary. On this one, you want to read the double post and then work to the check down, which is just the snag over the middle. Willis feels pressure from Kyle Hamilton nuking Josh Jacobs, but he's able to just move aside and stay poised with his eyes downfield, which is so important to be able to find the check down. After hitting this check down, it turns into a Green Bay first down, a beautiful play from Willis. Similar to the last play, look at his ability to move around in the pocket and keep his eyes downfield to stay locked in on trying to throw the ball rather than just running for his life. Nothing initially gets open, but there's no panic from him. He just steps up and fires it into Watson. Fantastic play. And against a blitz, Willis does brilliantly on this rep. The Ravens show a 7-man blitz and they actually bring it. The Packers' protection is pretty good and Willis just seems unfazed. He's got an isolated matchup to the field side with Romeo Doubs on an out route, and he calmly rips the ball to the sideline for a big completion. He absolutely loves ripping those isolated one-on-one out routes. He does it so many times in this game. Against pressure, against soft coverage, whatever, he remains composed, reads the defense, and makes the right decision. These are all things the Miami Dolphins are going to be very happy about. And on top of these, he's an unreal athlete. There's not even that much analysis to be done on these plays. He's just rapid. He's able to fight through contact brilliantly. Why wouldn't you want your QB to be able to do this? It just makes life a bit easier. Obviously, no player is perfect, and there's a reason he wasn't starting over Jordan Love. Aside from Love being on a huge contract, Willis has a tendency to get a little out of whack with his feet, and it leads to some inconsistencies when he's throwing the football. I just want you to watch his form throwing this ball and where it's placed. This one is a layup and he misses badly. When he throws this ball, he's popping his feet and it doesn't look clean. It's not like when Aaron Rodgers would pop and throw. And this frequently happens. He loses his form and it means that he misses inside. It's the same thing again on this rep. Funky form on the throw and he misses badly. On plays like these, he's risking hurting his receivers a lot and potentially turning the ball over, possibly for pick sixes. It's a very fixable issue, but it could cause so many issues for Miami. He completes this ball, so you can't say that much that's bad about it, but it's another slight miss inside that, if there were better coverage from the DB, it would cause a lot of issues for the play. Now, it's a different throw here, but once again, he's throwing off a slightly awkward base, and despite this being a completion, it becomes much more difficult for the receiver because the ball isn't out in front. This could be a touchdown, but Willis throws it just a smidge short, and it means that the drive has to keep going and they don't get the home run shot here because Willis's feet just weren't in the right way. And to end the Ravens game for Willis, he got hurt in a really innocuous way. You've already seen this clip in this video, but on this throw, despite it being a really nice ball, Willis's mechanics are poor, and it means that he hurts his shoulder and can't actually continue in the game. Willis has a lot of benefits, and his issues can be coached out of him fairly easily, but the real question is, will this work in Miami? The Dolphins roster could be better, I'll be really honest. They had offensive line struggles, but there were also some positives. This is a theme that's quite consistent for the Dolphins roster. The big sticking point here is the scheme, because Bobby Slowick is going to be the offensive coordinator for the Dolphins. If Slowick can recapture his form from the 2023 Texans with CJ Stroud's rookie year, Malik Willis could have a lot of fun in this offense. Slowick's from the Kyle Shanahan tree, so it's a lot of under center, play action, bootleg throws. It's a West Coast style offense that I think could suit Malik Willis really well. However, if Slowick continues to struggle in adjusting plays and adjusting his offense throughout a season, there could be a lot of trouble for Miami. In Houston, he was really slow to adjust, especially with the run game. And because Miami's run game is going to be so important to their success this year, it's a huge problem for Willis if it can't get going. But having signed a 3-year deal at around $22 million a year, the Dolphins have the cap space to be able to build around him. He could be the answer for Miami, but it's really contingent on the Dolphins being a competent franchise. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this video of Caleb Williams making the play of the season. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already.